Yeah, shalom, coming to you in the name of Yahweh. Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, taught this truth. And salutations unto the Archim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. Now, as we know, we got the Pesach coming in. And, that leads directly into the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay, that week where we don't consume any leaven or just yeast pretty much. And during that week, sometimes, especially if you're more new, you may check it and then say, well, most of the things I eat have got yeast in it, so what the hell do I eat for the whole week? That's because for the most part, we've grown up on a Western diet, which is not our diet, man. We're Eastern people. We're of the Orient, which means to be of the East. You talk about Orientals, you think of Moab and Ammon. Nah, man, we're Orientals, because we're of the Orient, we're of the East. Okay, so as it's called today, commonly called Mediterranean diet or Eastern diet, that's more our type of foods, man, and so our forefathers ate. Okay, that type of diet, man. Now, but before I get this, what I want to do is health implications of. Let's just see something, man. And obviously, we know that spiritually, leaven represents sin, But guess what? In this week also, I say this week, it's not actually this week, it's, coming up, but in the week of observing, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? It actually does a lot of bodily good, to your body, man. So it says, what is yeast? Yeast is a fungus. There are many kinds of yeast. You use one type to make bread, another to brew beer. One called Candida lives inside your body. If it grows out of control, you can get an infection. Yeast infections can strike your skin, feet, mouth, penis, or vagina. If your immune system is weak, you may be more likely to get one. So yeast, pretty much can infect all parts of your body, man. Now, we're not saying yeast ain't good, there's a healthy balance, man. But too much of it can fuck you up, man. Since it can get out of balance, little yeast in your body is good for you. Too much can cause infections and other health problems. If you take antibiotics too often or use oral birth control, your body might start to grow too much yeast. This leads to gas, bloating, mouth sores, bad breath, a coating on your tongue, or itchy rashes. So, if your immune system isn't at its best and your immune system is in your colon, yeast can overgrow in your body. Babies, older people, and those with diseases like diabetes or HIV infection can have weakened immune systems. So pretty much too much of it will mess you up, man. Now, most foods we eat have yeast and hidden yeast, man. So yeah. They may even put on the packet it doesn't contain yeast, but when you read the ingredients, it says yeast. It's crazy. Yeast was a damn devil out here. So first of all, and before I get any other precept, I want to get where are we at? Judges 5 and 11, and it says, They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place which were in water, which is our captivity, which we're still in. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yashai, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yashai go down to the gate. So we're here to rehearse the righteous acts. So you mean by no means just say, don't say just fuck it then, or you whatever. No, you try your level best. I'll try my level best, you know. But then you may pick up a packet or something that says, yeah, there's no yeast in this. Then after you've eaten it, you know, you realize, oh shit, there was some hidden yeast. Don't sweat over it, man. Just pray to the Lord and, you know, keep it moving, man. Because, you know, we don't, as the curse is, we don't produce nothing. Scriptures say in Deuteronomy 20, you shall go to our enemies for want of all things. So, you know, we don't produce the foods out here. You know, we buy a lamb. You know, the lamb should be a year old, you know. We don't know if that lamb got slaughtered, if that lamb died by itself. You know, if the animal dies by itself, you can't eat it. So we're just simulating, man. You know. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, too much yeast can mess you up. So, you know, it's good to take a break from it, which is what we will be providing our bodies during the week of unleavened bread. But then you got other like I said, other alternatives, which is really the original, that Eastern / Mediterranean diet, man. It says these foods are rich in flavorful ingredients like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and heart-healthy fats. You know, certain grains obviously you might not be able to eat because of the yeast side of it. But a lot of various nuts, vegetables, you know, fruits. When I was staying out there in the Midlands a couple of years ago, I was there for like 3.5 years. You know, because I fucking brothers hate London, man. London ain't all that's cracked up to be, man. I like travelling, so that's one aspect of it. But yeah, like, you know, just get out of this town, man. But anyways, when I was out of London, I was eating more of a Mediterranean diet, man. And everything was better, man. My skin was better. You know, I suffer from quite chronic bad headaches, but, you know, my headaches weren't happening as much. I was thinking clearer, had more energy, more, you know, more alert, sleeping better as well. You know, you eat too much meat and stuff, like, you don't even sleep too good, man. You know, I don't get into scriptures anyway. But yeah, you can eat a lot of fish, salads, fish, you know. You can eat meat, you know. You can eat, now, what I will say is the Passover lamb, you know, if there's any of it left over, we're meant to burn it. So don't be taking up, yeah, brother, let me get a container. Niggas in their containers, man. You know, yeah, let me get a container and take some home. Ain't no containers and take nothing home. We're meant to burn it. Now, obviously, we can't do that because the neighbors gonna call the police. Stop, but yeah, he's burning meat in his back garden. You know. So what we do is we just throw it in the dustbin. Okay, so you can eat lamb, like on the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which, like I said, follows directly in from the Pesach. But don't let it be the lamb that was used for the service, man, for that meal. Okay, and make sure when you get your lamb, you pray over it. You know, when you get your yayan, which is your wine, you pray over it. You bless the lamb, you bless the wine, you bless the bread, you bless the bitter herbs, and any of it, you know, that's left over. Don't be drinking that leftover yayan. Don't be drinking all that leftover lamb or bread, because that represents the Lord's blood and body. So we discard of it, man. Okay? So if you want to cook a fresh set of lamb for the other days, then by all means. A lot of seeded things as well. You know, like I said, protects brain function. Yeah, I was thinking better when I was out there, man. You know. You know, various cheeses. 1 second. I'm alright, thank you. I'm alright, thank you. I see that he's trying to offer me food. I'm alright for now, man. But yeah. So like, you got all kind of stuff, man. You know, in moderation. You can eat meat, obviously. You know, just don't be coating no chicken or fried chicken, no batter, because obviously that's, you know, stepping out of that, man. But a lot of nuts, vegetables. You can get creative with it, man. You know, you probably enjoy that type of diet more than the Western bullshit, man. You know, and when you eat fish, make sure it's fish with scales, man. Fins and scales, not goddamn sea spiders like crabs and lobsters and all that shit, man. You know. Anyways, let me get a preset. And also, eat in moderation, man. Eat in moderation, you know, too much. Fuck you up. This is Ecclesiastes 37, 28. For all things that are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. And that goes for even drinking, man. You know, now the Passover, you gotta drink, man. There's certain brothers, they don't eat meat. You know, you can't get on a brother, you know, because he doesn't eat meat. You know, that's just his preference, man. But then likewise, you can't get on a brother because he eats meat. You know. Okay. Right. Because we don't all have pleasure in the same things, you know. But guess what, you know, check it out, when the Passover comes around, you gotta eat that meat, man. Or brother might not drink. Like, some brothers drink more than others, man. You know. Like, brothers know, man, if you know, if you know, if we don't get together, you know, I'm gonna turn up with a bottle of port wine, man. That's what I be drinking, man. I be sipping that, but it's like, no, brothers take pleasure in drinking, which is cool, you know. You know, but guess what? When the Passover come around, you gotta have a glass, man, or two, right? But guess what? You know, that's just the way we are made on this side, man. You know, certain brothers aren't so much into the stones, the gemstones. He ain't less of a man of the Lord. It doesn't make you more of a man of the Lord because you're into it, and the brother's not. You know. So he says, for all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats, man. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler, which is that disease, man. You know. By surfeiting have many perish. I believe that's overeating. In fact, let me look that up, man. I believe that's overeating. Yeah, an excessive amount of something. So, yeah, man, excessive amounts of meat, man. You know, that's not really. You know, meat was more of a treat or a delicacy in the ancient world, man. You know, you ate a lot more fish, a lot more nuts, a lot more vegetables, and fruits, and things of that nature, man. Like we had wine. Yeah, you know, you had orange juice, apple juice, freshly squeezed mango juice. But those things were all secondary to drinking water. You know, but you had them, but the main thing you want to put in your body fluid wise is water, man. You know. Okay. And there's a few more precepts I could get, but I just wanted to, pretty much, just, you can obviously eat unleavened bread, man. Well, you're meant to eat unleavened bread during that week. It's the feast of unleavened bread, so whatever you have, make sure you can, Lord willing, you try and have some unleavened bread with that meal, man. Okay, and eat in moderation, man. And it's with that amount, man. Shalom.